Hi. I think I always do that. Hi. When I go on. Oh, good morning. I'm just checking. Yeah, they did put 5 shots. It doesn't feel like they put 5 shots in my drink. So, how's everyone doing this morning? Why so early? Is it early? It's 9:02. I'm usually on between 9 and 9:30, something like that. I thought it was later, actually. Sitting here procrastinating, looking at, I don't know, I just got lost in stupidness this morning. Watching things after I did a huge walk. I did a big walk this morning and went and I found this cool little spot and I videoed it. And then I went and I did my morning satnam, my meditation. And after I did that, the weather changed. It was crazy. The wind came. Whoosh. So I'm just like, oh, this is so Virgo energy. Welcome to Virgo season. That's what we're in. We are in the energy of the goddess. The goddess is here. We're in the energy of the goddess all the time, but Virgo is a time of tend to some house plants, get out there and buy some house plants. Get out, let's, hike and walk, look into, going into nature and meditating, which I did today. It's also to cook, getting into healthy based diet because we're coming to the end of summer. So this is really transformational. Clean out clutter, smudge. This is so Virgo energy that's coming in. And we are in the Virgo energy. The sun has gone into Virgo now. The moon is in Scorpio or it's still in Libra. It's going into Scorpio later on tonight. But it's it's just, there's a lot of whacked up energy that's going on right now. And you're going to find that maybe you're kind of all over the place and trying to refocus and regroup. So this is time to commit yourself to a new ritual or even for self-care and get into self-care. I created my workbooks for the Virgo season, and they're up and ready for sale. And I did the Pisces one. These are ones that we use in Moonfesting. I for my Moonfesting group, and I thought I wanted to bring them out for people. And because one of the reasons is because I feel like it's really important. This is a time that would be a great time to start a really beautiful new ritual. This is about a time because we're leaving that fiery fixed energy and we're venturing into the energy of Virgo. And Virgo's mutable. And it's ruled by Earth. And Virgo brings details and refinements to our lives. Her sun season, it lasts 4 weeks. So we got 4 weeks of the Virgo. And it brings us a needed grounding. And this is a chance to return to our self-care. So this is a beautiful time to look into our self-care, to really look into what it is that we need. Beautiful that will relieve stress. This is a great time to looking at things to relieve our stress. And the word that I get, or the word is like looking into your self-confidence of what you want to do. And this is about making your health and healing priorities, because she is the ruler of the 6th house. And the 6th house is all about health and well-being and how you care for yourself and how do you care for your surroundings. This is also a time of connecting more with your earth and connecting and coming into that grounding and trying. This is where, because the Virgo reminds us that we can not help others if we try to extend from an empty cup. So this is a real big reminder that not to overdo things or overextend ourselves, because we do have that Mars squared Saturn, and it's going to be with us till what? Where did I hear it? They said January 13th. And I thought, wow, that's very close to when we had the conjunction. in January of this year. So this energy that we're coming in is really going to get us where Saturn is saying, get your structure. And of course, we're in Earth, like we are in Earth energy again. And this Earth energy is about let's get your structure together. But it is also where we're striving high. Let's strive high and to the ground. So it's as above, so below. How are you connecting above and how are you connecting below? So this is where the rituals come into play. This is where that Virgo handbook, that workbook that I did, is here to help you return home to yourself. It guides you through the Virgo season and her new moon. And that's on September 17th. So we have a full moon in Pisces, and I did a full moon book too. And this full moon in Pisces is September 1st. So we're going to have this Virgo watery counterpart because Pisces is opposite Virgo, right? So the sun is going to be opposite, coming into opposition with Neptune during this time too. So we got this opposition of illumination, of illuminating, of figuring it out and coming into our intuition. That's where we're going to have this feeling. And yet, the moon, as the moon is going to be coming in too, the moon is going to be coming in. It's going to be opposing Uranus because it's going to be in Scorpio. And it's bringing intensity. It's bringing this intensity. It's bringing this energy of, I don't want to do this. I want to do this over here. This is not what I feel like doing anymore. And that's where this energy is coming in. It's like saying, I don't need to do this. And you might feel a little bit like drained, especially today and tomorrow as we're coming in, especially as we've gone through this fixed energy of Leo. Here we are, boom, boom, boom. And now we're into this mutability. And our Earth. So we go from fire and then we're like, poof. It's like, okay, now what do I need to do? So that's why I found when I went out and I did that walk, I really had to really get back out, connect, found this cute little pathway and just go by the water this morning. It was that energy of just closing my eyes and connecting and listening to the water as it was coming upon the shore and the birds and just in that stillness of saying, yes, I am connected. That I'm here in this spot, in this moment, and all is still going on around me. And I am one with that allness. And that is where we need to start looking into. And this is where we can come into this Virgo and Pisces to feel the magic of it all, the magic of the Virgo season and both the powerful moons. So this is, the workbook that I created has the information about the stones. It has yoga in there. It has questions that are in there. Let me see if I can pull it up in my shared screen. Let me see. Hold on. No, it won't let me do it. Cancel. Whoops, cancel. So, maybe if I do it this way, and then I come back here. Oh, come back here. Maybe it'll let me do it now. Oh, it did. Okay. There we go. Here it is. So this is the journal that I created. And in this journal, it is the journal for the sun, season, and new moon. And I also created a Piscean one for Pisces. Let me see. There we go. And this here goes through. And just show you briefly. So we go through and I talk about the Virgo is the earthy energy and the sign of the divine feminine, and talk about it. And we go through, and there's a whole explanation. Moonscape talks about, you know, if you have a Gemini moon or a Taurus moon, and how that reflects with this Virgo season. And then, you know, that's part of the moonscape, and then going into the crystals. So these are the crystals, and talking about the crystals and the mantra that goes with the crystals. It goes all the way into a meditation. It shows you a meditation and the area of connecting this little window here. Because we have chakras at the bottom of our feet too, to different poses if you want to try them. And aligning, a nice little quote I found. And then just bringing in that alignment and looking at what it is with Virgo and what Virgo is, you know, and talks about, you know, all of that inner critic part, know your true worth, you know, you are not your bank account. So coming into it and then talking about all of it within the first house where it is. So that's what the booklet is. And it goes through, and then there's questions and stuff that you can go into. And the questions really help you to really take an inward look and bringing an inward look for yourself. And it's something that's not done in one sitting. It's done over time, and you can read it. There's parts of it you can keep or not keep. It's up to you. But I find I'm going to be coming up with these each month. So you can buy both for $15, or you can buy, you know, one. You could just buy one. It's $10, and the other one's $10. They're both for $15. So I have that's going on. And people ask me, somebody asked me, you know, why, you know, if I write a book. And I do write books. I write, to me, my workshops and what I do with my workshops, they're a book in itself with what I give people and the information. So I feel like within my workshops and stuff, you guys get a book. Same in Journey Club. So each week in Journey Club, here's the other thing with Journey Club. Let's see if I have any of it up. So in Journey Club, what it entails is that we go through, you get it's 25 pages that you receive. This is the booklet. This is only 1 week. This is only week 1. This is what you get in week 1. And in week 1 is the introduction, is what is Journey Club. So I go through what Journey Club is in the soulful practice for creating your passion in your life. The Journey Club will give you the tools to recognize the blocks that stop you from going forward and how to overcome them. And the Journey Club helps you break through the negative thinking and in your head, and teaching you to unleash the wealth of the spiritual and metaphysical knowledge you already have within. So, and all of that is with love. So the Journey Club is something that also comes with a lovely little booklet. And each week you get something like that. So each week in Journey Club, 8 weeks, you get a booklet that we go through, and there is questions, and, you know, we go through the questions and get you to really take that in-depth look at oneself. And over the next few months, and as we are going into the latter part of this year, this is about taking some really deeper looks into our lives and into where we are going, and begin to vote on yourself. The thing is that, you know, with the craziness and the energies that are coming forth, and there's a lot of weirdos out there right now, you know, doing some fucked up shit and saying shit and all that kind of crap. And this is where you have to go into your own inner council and gather your inner council and come together with your inner council and do what it is that you know. Like, I know I've said this before, like when I went to school, it was, we were handed this, what do you want to study for? Like there was, write down what you want it to be. And it was like, there was no box that said psychic medium. There was no box that said, I want it to be a spiritual counselor. There was no box that said, this is where I want to go. Like there was nothing in there. Or, yeah, I would love to study shamanism. There's no box for that to do that. And still today, there isn't. Like you go to school, there's not going to be a box for you to say, hey, yeah, I want to study and take, a whole thing on spirituality in different formats, right? So this is where you got to look at and check your own boxes and create your own box of what it is that you want to do. This is where you come in and you say, this is what I really want to do. And you're going to find that you're going to, that inner critic and that voices are going to say, no, you can't do that. That's not what you should be doing. But you go out, and for me, I mean, I remember Steve and I, a friend loaned us their RV, and we went to Penticton for Boonstock. Shambles. It was like a shambles. Honestly, it was the worst thing ever. It was like, okay, the trip there with him and I in the RV and going was absolutely fabulous. Getting there and it was just so unorganized. They weren't prepared for the heat. They weren't prepared to being in this area where they leased or they rented this land off the natives. And of course, I know the resident Penticton. They didn't fuck. Fine, here, go ahead, use it. I mean, before they got there, the whole thing was riddled with poison ivy or poison oak, one of the ones. So, and they tried to burn it off, and you can't burn it off because that makes it spread more. So they had to go in there and kill it all off. And in doing that, it just left it into a dust bowl. It was just disgusting. And plus being so hot and no rain, so nothing to hold that dust down. And they were ill-equipped for the drugs that kids were. It was just fucked up. That's all I got to say. My tent ended up being a sanctuary for kids to trip out in. That's what happened. Like kids would come into my tent and they'd be like, can we just sit here? Because the energies are just so wonderful, Mama. Fine. It's a safe place. You need to trip out, girl. Let's our guy. So I ended up hosting an area for people to have their little acid trips or whatever trips that they were on in a sanctuary. So this was because things were just set up. So this is where, and the city, and they didn't work out with the city for the whole thing either. It was just crazy, but it was a learning experience. That's the thing. It was a learning experience of saying, yes, let's go ahead and do this. Let's try this. And it showed me that, okay, you know what? I'm giving me more of what I love to do. And that was helping people when they're going through their little trips. But saying yes, you're going out, you're trying it, you're getting yourself known to whatever it is that you are wanting to create. Not, this is where you're devising what you desire. This is what you are creating. And that's where this energy is coming in, is getting you to create the nuances in your life, getting you to create what you truly want and going for it. And this is where, no matter what it is, it doesn't matter what that energy is, because you're going to get people that are they're going to say, oh, you can't do this. You're X or you're Y or you're Z. You're not adapt for this, but you feel like your counsel is calling you for it. And it's going to be a positiveness. So this is where you come in and you say, yeah, this is where I really want to be. And I feel like that's part of that connection of connecting with that goddess energy as we're going into this Virgo season. And coming into this Virgo season is going to be, it's going to get us to really look into a lot more of our internal stuff, because Virgo's cut and edit and clean up and change. No, this is what we're going to do. We're going to, that's my experiences with the Virgos. And with that Mars squared Saturn, it is really a connection as above, so below, making sure that you are rooted. And with Mars going retrograde next month, in less than 2 weeks, I think it is now. And both of them are in their home signs, but Saturn is going to be the one who's going to have more power, because Saturn will be going forward. So we have this energy of transformation and change. And anytime we have a square in the cosmos, it is about looking at that square and saying, okay, there's some adjustments here that I need to make. There are things that I need to recreate. What is it? What is the cause of my disruption in my life? What is the cause of my pain or my things that are going on? Because if we can get to, start getting into the root of it, then we can start making the changes and doing what we need to do and starting to heal it. And that's what the booklets I'm designing, that is what Journey Club is all about. It's about getting to a place where I can come into my healing, a place where I can come into my sanctuary and begin to heal, a place where I can come forth into the sacredness and up into my fifth chamber of my heart and breathe and connect. Breathe and connect. And that's where we want to go. And just saying, there are, I just was lost, before I got on Instagram, and I just popped on and I saw one from, he lives in Orange County, and he just posted that he was just went to this corner store to buy cigarettes, and there was a mob of, I think it was a mob of white guys just going around, being assholes. And David was on FaceTiming somebody and filming, and he ended up filming it and calling the police, and he's an ex-military guy, right? So it's like, he's always prepared for some kind of shit, but it's that kind of shit that's out there, and it may not be publicized. So, but we got to look into our safety for ourselves. And so we got to look into our own inner guidance and trust and take care of ourselves. It's very important. And I know it's getting crazier in the States. So I'm sending out so much love down there with things. And this is where you need to create a space in your life and empty your cup. You can't, and look at how you are filling your cup. What are you filling your cup up with? Right? And what does that look like? So much there. That's what I feel. There's just so much there. There's just so much there. But create your space. Create your space. Very important to create your space and to connect to yourself and your power. That's what it is with this energy coming in. Connecting yourself with your power. So I'm going to leave you with that. And I'm going to send you guys out with so much love. And my husband made me breakfast. See, made me breakfast. See? Oh, my husband made me breakfast. I love him. And so I'm going to send you out so much love. I'm going to eat my breakfast. I'm going to sit back, relax. I'm going to be at Blessed Circle today. So if you're in the Calgary area, you want to come down and get a reading, come on down and let's connect. And I love you all. So may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless you in all that you say and all that you be and all that you do. Thank you for being a part of my soul tribe and upon this journey. And we're in for some, this is a good weekend, but it's going to be a weekend where you're going to find, fuck it, I ain't going to do that anymore. That's the kind of thing you're going to be finding with this weekend. And it's going to be, things are going to be cut away and you're going to say, yeah, I'm not doing that. That's, I'm going in a different direction. So have a blessed one. Bye-bye.